Here we go. Let's take a look. I've got to make sure I catch my flight so I can be back at for the training tomorrow. So I'm going to go through this fast tonight, but I promise you I'm going to be it'll be thorough. Okay. So tonight we're going to be training on your first year network marketing, chapters 3 and chapter 4. So what is chapter 3 and chapter 4 all about, right? Well, the first one's called dodging the depression torpedo, maintaining enthusiasm in spite of inevitable setbacks. That's such a big one because in life that's going to happen, right? I mean, it's true to life, right? In baseball, you hear people. I was actually driving here from a football camp in the car with my son, and he said, this kid that I used to coach who plays Major League Baseball, he goes, hey, he's like McLean's in a slump, you know what I mean? He's in a slump, and we were just talking about baseball, and it reminded me of baseball players because in baseball sometimes people get into a slump, and how do you get out of slump is just keep swinging, right? That's really important. But I'm going to be really breaking down some of the things that Mark Yarnell and Renee talk about in this book on how to really keep your morale up, how to maintain that enthusiasm, because you're gonna encounter objections, you're gonna encounter rejection, you're gonna encounter. I mean, I had people tell me I'm crazy. I had people tell me that'll never work. People like me won't be successful and things like this. So I heard it all, but I said to myself, this is exciting for me, right? Because I'm going to make it happen no matter what, right? I'm going to win no matter what. So here's something that's really big, okay? Is network marketing requires an upbeat, enthusiastic person who and this is big, right? Who will return in return attract others that are seeking their own well-being. So in network marketing, you've got to be upbeat, you got to be enthusiastic because you're transferring emotion, right? In network marketing, it's all about transference of emotion. If I can make you feel the same way I feel about the RIMAN products and I transfer that enthusiasm to you, you're going to become a customer. If I can transfer my enthusiasm, okay, on how I feel about about the RIMAN opportunity, guess what's going to happen? Right? If I can transfer that belief and excitement that I have in the RIMAN opportunity, you're going to get started in the RIMAN opportunity. Right? If I can share with you and convey that enthusiasm that I have for working this business, is going to motivate you to work in the business. So a lot of success is going to be determined by your ability to be able to transfer enthusiasm. So you got to have that enthusiasm first, right? And attrition is a basic fact in network marketing industry. You're going to have attrition in everything that you do. There's going to be attrition. You're going to have people that are going to, work hard, and then they'll work hard for 2 or 3 months, and then they'll stop. Like we talked about last week, they'll stop going front line. They'll stop sponsoring people. They'll get into management mode, and then boom, you're right. They'll get into phase 2, phase 3. They're out of business, right? Some people will stay focused. Some people have that ability to be able to stay focused and just keep on talking to people no matter what happens, whether they say yes or whether they say no. How I do that is I am in love with the process. I love sharing the business with people. I love opening up the door to possibilities for people. Whether they want to take advantage of it or not, it's going to be up to them. But you got to realize attrition is part of our business, right? Meaning that there is going to be people that are going to, get started and they're going to fall off, or people that tell you they're going to do it and not do it, right? Disappointment about those who fail to show up at meetings, or worse, those who can quit. Okay, can basically they can take your energy, right? They can take your energy and kind of and affect it, right? But what you've got to do is you got to use that energy, right? Whenever people aren't paying attention. I remember when I got started in network marketing, man, I felt like sometimes people weren't listening. I felt like my friends weren't, paying attention. And what I realized was I used it to motivate me. That means I need to talk to more people. Because if you think about it, you can't control what somebody says. You can't control people, but you can control your activity. And if you focus on your activity of talking to more people, you feel good because you're walking in the right direction. See, that the magic about having basically dodging that depression torpedo is to always stay in that phase 1 activity. If you're talking to people about the RIMAN opportunity and you're talking to people about the RIMAN products, you are excited, right? You're excited. You're sharing your passion. That's how you're going to stay excited about the opportunity, okay? And obviously, don't waste your energy supporting those who resist you, right? All you do is just think next and move on. This is big. Learning how to next people, right? I mean, that's a big one, right? Next thing is this: work with the people that show interest and and you'll keep your spirits up. Get excited about the people that are excited about what you've got to offer. You're not trying to convince somebody. You're not trying to drag somebody across the starting line. You're looking for the lookers, man. You're looking for the people that are fired up and excited, okay? And if you feel like quitting, call your upline for support and encouragement, right? And ask them, hey, what should I do, right? I'm at this point where I'm kind of down or depressed or whatever, and they'll kind of lift your spirits up, right? So I also think, share your enthusiasm. Okay, never your negativity. With negativity, you never want to share that with your downline, right? You never. It's like kind of like I always look at it when you get started in network marketing. You're like basically the commander in chief of the army, right? If you were in battle and you went into the tent, you saw the commander in chief of the army like crying. You're like, what is going on? So it's like my mentor told me you want to dump up, don't dump down, right? So that's something that was kind of interesting. In order in our profession to be successful in network marketing, they must be willing to use their, in order for professionals, this is for professionals, to be able to be successful in network marketing, they must be willing to put their reputations and credibility toward building their business. And that's something that you see sometimes, right? When people get started that have a lot of credibility, when they look at the products and they fall in love with the products, they're like, man, you know what? I want to represent this product. I want to share this product with my friends, right? Because they know that they have a lot of credibility. They know that they have a lot of credibility. And people look at them, but since they're professionals and they're already successful, they kind of have a lot of credibility. And whenever they talk about stuff, people listen, right? And that's one of the things about professionals. They love our products, right? And this is good, right? This is so good. Denying their commitment to their warm market will only lead themselves as a failure. If people are not going to open up their warm market in relationship marketing, if you're not going to talk to your warm market, I don't get it. I don't get it. Like I don't mentally, I can't wrap my head around the concept of I'm going to get rich and not tell you about it. Like, I don't even know how people like that exist and have friends. Like, how could somebody even have a family or have a friend if you know that you're going to be successful with RIMAN opportunity and you know that you're going to win? How could you not share it with people? I mean, how could you? I don't even know how to do that, right? These are the reasons to be proud and optimistic about starting your business with others. We have an entrepreneur home business with unlimited upside. This is unbelievable, right? There's no limit to the upside, and there's no really downside risk. Like this is the reason why this business is so amazing, right? I love the fact that total freedom, right? Total time freedom. This is big. Goes hand in hand with the wealth and the prosperity we achieve. So as you build your business and you build your income, and you get your income to a point where you're satisfied, you help everybody that you personally sponsor, you help them get to where you are, and you help them get to where they want to be. You're going to have time freedom like you can't even believe. I can tell you guys from the last business that I built, I worked hard for 3 years and then I didn't work for 11 years and I got paid an enormous amount of income. So I don't mind sprinting short term, right? As long as I know there's a finish line. And with our industry of network marketing and direct selling, there's a finish line. That's why I love it so much. Number 3, by working diligently in the beginning, we can ultimately have a stress-free life. Better to trade in. It's better than to trade in the traditional 40-year plan for a 4-year plan. So most people are on a 40-year plan. You're doing it in 4, right? So I love that. I love that idea, and I love that about the RIMAN opportunity. Recognition and travel await those who are successful in building the network marketing business. The travel, the freedom, that's what it's all about, right? That's what it's all about. And how do we get there? Is we lock arms right now and we keep on keeping on, right? I love this. This is big, right? And this is one of the things that you see, right? Is that in most industries, recognition is one of the things that people aren't getting a lot of, right? And that's what truly matters. So you want to be able to help people, right? Help people make their lives work, not just their business. Help them with their lives, right? Teach them how to become better people, right? I love that about our business. Global travel often involves bonding with new friends and sharing exciting culture experiences with them. Adventure beyond the grasp of what's caught in the 40-year plan. Like I saw some of my buddies on here from Singapore, and Malaysia on the call earlier. And it was like, be able to go out there and experience that culture with them and to be able to spend time with them. And same with the group in Hong Kong a couple days before that, in Mexico before that. And as you travel the world with this RIMAN opportunity, and we take this to 50 countries, you're going to learn so much about culture and all these exciting things are going to happen. But first, let's build your backyard and then we'll take this thing across the street, right? If you attempt to recruit others while being in a state of depression, your efforts will be futile. You've got to be fired up, right? I love this business, man. I love the RIMAN opportunity. I love the fact of what I just shared with you. I believe this is the best business opportunity on the planet Earth. And I believe that 100%, right? And I'll argue with anybody, right? Not like argue with people, but I would argue with anybody that says that they have a better opportunity than what we've got. This is it. I mean, I've never seen anything so great. So when you have what we've got and the timing of it is now, this is the moment in time that we've all been waiting for. We've got to take action like never before. Okay. And this is something important to understand, is that you alone Okay, you alone have to control your attitude. If you exercise that control, adjusting your attitude from the inside to the outward behavior will naturally follow. So when you're fired up, my mentor said some people need to get a checkup from the neck up, right? That's what he used to tell me. You got to be fired up. You got to be excited. Not about maybe not about where you are right now. Somebody said, "Well, Tim, I've been in the business for 3 months and I'm still a planner." Guess what? Let's get to work. How about that? Guess what? In the next 4 years, it can all change. How about in the first 6 months in network marketing, I made $12.47. Okay, first 6 months in network marketing. Next 6 months, it all changed. But my attitude was always excited. Why? Because I'm excited about what I got my hands on. Right? I love that there's a chance for you and I to be able to share with others how they can win and become a success. Right? This is something that's so super important. I want to talk to you about this. Okay, is your attitude, okay, and eliminate depression. We encourage you to do these things. So whenever you run into challenges, right, or your attitude's not 100%, avoid watching or reading the news. Right, the news is not like unless it's the sports. Right, it's like, dude, it's negative. Sometimes the sports not too good. Right, mainly if last night you were a Thunders fan. Right. Right, but I'm an Indiana Pacers fan, so I'm excited. So read uplifting books, right, and listen to inspiring audios, right? There's a lot of great audios nowadays that you can get. You can even get your first year network marketing on audio. That's amazing. Only speak and think to yourself and be positive and uplifting manner. You gotta love yourself, man. You gotta be excited about yourself. Somebody says, "Well, Tim, you know what? I told myself that I was going to talk to 5 people today, and I didn't do it." Well, guess what? Tomorrow, it's a brand new day. Let's do it then. I mean, let's go. Like, what are you waiting for? Let's go. Like, don't let people miss out on this thing. Like share it with never before. Like, this is our time. Okay. So be excited about yourself. Even if you're not holding your end of the bargain to yourself, you're not keeping your commitment to your integrity. Start now. Start now and say, look, I'm going to keep a commitment to my integrity every day moving forward. I'm going to give it all that I got. Recall a positive emotion experiences from your past. Focus on the future, not the past disappointments that limit your possibilities. And this is a big one, right? Set goals and use affirmations to reach those goals on a regular basis. Okay, that's a big one. And obviously, strive to visualize ourselves as we want to be is the first step towards change and growth. You got to visualize who you're going to be. There's going to be a point in time where you impact so many people's lives because of your perseverance, because of your attitude, because of your mindset, your willingness to work. We've got to take action right now like never before. I'm getting so excited about this. So let's talk a little bit more about this, okay? This is so important, okay? It's talking about never give up on your goals. Never give up on your goals, right? And affirmation is a trigger tool, a positive statement, a belief written and repeated as if the goal were already accomplished, right? And I like to do it in question format. What must I do right now to, boom, accomplish my goal, right? Whatever your goal is for the month, what must I do right now to, boom, whatever that goal is. What must I do right now to? What must I do right now? What do I got to do right now to? What do I got to do right now to? And I just focus in on what I got to do right now to accomplish my goals. Okay. As you visualize believing, and this is big, right? You start to realize what's possible for you. Okay. And visualize not what's going on right now at the very moment, but what's possible for you. And gradually, what'll happen is you start to focus on what's possible. What's going on right now will change. But if you focus on where you are, I remember when I got involved in network marketing, the first company I was involved in, they were giving away a Mercedes Benz. And I told everybody I was going to get a Mercedes Benz. And I remember my car broke and I was literally on the bus. Okay. And I would be going on the bus to meetings and talking to people. And I remember I was like, dude, I feel like I'm in that Mercedes right now. And I literally could visualize it. I visualized it. I was in a damn bus, right? And I was visualizing myself being in that Mercedes. And it was like, I knew I was going to have it. I knew it. So I'm just telling you that you got to get excited about where you're going, right? You got to get excited about what's going to happen. And this is the biggest thing that I want you to realize, as many as 95% of those who remain in the industry for 10 years or longer, working steadily at building their groups. Well, guess what happens to those people? They reach the highest pay levels in their respective companies. So just don't quit. Stay the course. Stay the course. Lock in. Decide that you're going to go to the top no matter what, right? So that's a little bit about the depression torpedo. You just got to be excited, man. You got to be fired up and excited, not about where you are, but where you're going. Get passionate and enthusiastic and share that passion and enthusiasm for people. What's available? Look, if you stay with RIMAN for 10 years, 95% of the people hit the highest ranks in the company. 95% of the people hit the time. But what will we do? How many of you guys spent time in school, right? I mean, kindergarten all the way to the 12th grade. Some of you went on to college. Like I spent more than 10 years in school. Okay. You know, I'm like, I can learn this. I could stay 10 years in this industry. I'm telling you, you can change your life, but you've got to have that long-term vision. Now, this is big, right? It's blocking the false expectation tank. This is so big. Win through integrity rather than exaggeration. This is a big one because here's what you want to realize, okay? Is when you tell people that it takes work. I tell people all the time our products are amazing, but they're not going to sprout arms and legs and walk over and talk to people. Man, you got to talk to people. You got to do the work. It's no different than anything else, right? If you bought a gym membership and you just went in there and looked at the weights and didn't do anything, you're not going to get to, you're not going to reach your goals of what you want to achieve in that area. So everything's the same from the standpoint you got to make a total commitment in anything that you do, and it's not going to happen overnight. Change takes a little bit. Change takes time. It really does, and that's what I want to help you realize is you got to stay focused and realize you don't want to overpromise and deliver to other people, but you also don't want to overpromise to yourself. You don't want to be like, all right, you know what? If I'm not making 100,000 a month in the next 6 months, I'm quitting. I mean, it took me 5 years to get to that income. Okay, and I'm a hard worker. Okay, so just realize it's going to take time. So this is what I want you to do is win through integrity rather than exaggeration. Okay, don't be misled by the false expectations. Success in network marketing takes hard work and perseverance. It really does, and persistence. It really does take persistence. Okay, like you've got to stay the course. Make no mistake about it. Right? There's extremely incredible incomes that you can generate, but you've got to put one foot in front of the other on a consistent basis, time and time and time again. Okay, so let's talk about this. There's no one, okay, whom we could not present an MLM opportunity as a chance for success. But you understand that anybody can look at this opportunity, okay, and it really is a chance for anybody to succeed. But be cautious and distinguish facts, okay, that while everybody can, not everybody will. It's not a matter of can or can't, it's a matter of will or won't. It's not about can or can't. It's about will or won't. Are you willing to make the commitment? And that's important from the beginning to set people up, man. I tell people all the time, dude, you got to make a commitment. You got to be committed. And I show people, I mean, I don't mind telling people what my schedule looks like. It's like and I'm working my butt off. And I want you to realize that. Okay? But I'm telling you, it's easy to run hard when you know that there's a finish line, okay? Here's the other thing is this is something that's big, is I don't like to talk about the income. Like, I don't like to talk about how much money I'm making, okay? Because it'll scare somebody. You understand what I'm saying? You don't want to tell people, and you definitely don't want to make up stories, right? Distributors will also want to discuss the amount. You want to discuss the amount of effort that's required in network marketing. You got to learn this business. Every time when I'm closing my meeting out, I talk a lot about, guess what? We don't want you to get started. We want you to learn how to do this. Get committed and learn how to do this. That's the magic, man. I'm not looking for people to join. I'm not looking for somebody to say, man, I'm in. That's not what we want. We want people to like, look, man, I'm in. I'm ready to go. Teach me how to do this thing. I'm ready to learn. I'm ready to learn, because it takes time to learn how to do this, okay? The more honest you are about the hard work required to success, the less attrition you'll have, and the more respect we will build for the industry. I got people in my organization like, man, I don't really do anything. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, I don't even know how do you not want to do anything? I'm so excited every day, because every day you never know who you're going to introduce it to. It takes hard work, but to me, I love it. I love sharing with people. I love helping people. I love watching people develop and grow and change and live their goals and dreams, man. It's so exciting. Whatever the compensation plan, the greater number of personally sponsored distributors, the larger your income. This is big. Because a lot of times when you look at our compensation plan, to become a team leader takes 3. Any of you guys ever been in my trainings? What do I always say? 10. Don't make your minimums your maximums. Why do I say that to people? Because I don't want somebody to hit team leader and think that they've arrived. I don't want somebody to hit team leader and think they've arrived. And I tell my director, same thing, you need 10 team leader legs. You get what I'm saying? You don't want to ever make your minimums your maximums. If you want to be successful in this business and make a fortune, it takes a lot of work. Now, if you just want to make an extra 500,000 a month, it doesn't take as much, right? If you go out there and, you get a couple thousand customers a month, teach a couple people to get a couple thousand a month, you'll make an extra $500 a month, right? It's super simple. But if you want to make extraordinary incomes and live a lifestyle that's second to none, it takes work. I don't think there's anybody in this organization that works with me that doesn't know that I work, okay? Network marketing is a great equalizer in which former blue-collar workers are allowed to compete financially with doctors and corporate CEOs. Like, you can make more money in network marketing than a doctor or CEO. And if you're a doctor or CEO, you can make more money in network marketing than you're making now. I just love that about our industry, right? with respect to the time it takes to do this business, set realistic goals based on real achievements of upline distributors. Don't think, oh man, you know what, Tim Herr hit national director in 6 months. I want you to, but I would say, guys, I've been doing this for 30 years at a very high level. You understand? Like, what if it took you 3 years to hit director? You understand what I'm saying? Don't get so caught up in like, oh my God, so and so hit director in 30 days, dude. I don't care about that. Don't worry about, oh, so and so hit team leader in 2 weeks. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I remember when I got involved in network marketing and somebody that started the same time as me, they were doing so well. And I'm like, man, when is my time going to come? I just keep on working. I just keep putting one foot in front of the other, keep putting one foot in front of the other, and then bam, it happens. Just keep on keeping on. Part-time effort will virtually never produce full-time results. Like, it's like if somebody like myself is working full-time, doing 8 presentations a day, and whether you're part-time, somebody can say, oh, I'm full-time in RIMAN, and they're not doing anything else, but they're not really only doing like 2 or 3 presentations. That's a part-time effort. It doesn't matter if they think they're full-time. They're really part-time. You will not be able to beat me looking at my schedule and looking at your schedule. If I compare my schedule to your schedule, you'll know why I make more money. It's because I work really hard. And if somebody's not working as hard, it's impossible to be able to get that type of result that quick. Now, you can get the same amount of results. It's just going to take you longer to get those presentations. You understand? If I'm going through presentations so fast, it's like going through cards looking for 4 aces, and you're flipping a card very slow, and you take time off, and then you do it, and you take time off, I'm going to find aces faster than you. It's very obvious, okay? But it doesn't matter whatever you're doing, realize, but set goals. Maybe you want to be a team leader in 6 months. Maybe you want to be a team leader in a year. You don't have to be one of these people that are heroes that do it in 30 days, 60 days, 9 days. And don't worry about what other people are doing. You got to worry about what you're doing. Okay? You got to worry about what you're doing. And this is all you got to worry about is, what am I doing? Right? Talking to more people, right? There's nothing wrong with telling people what's the uttermost possibilities in this business. But there's no need to exaggerate the truth. There's plenty remarkable in itself. Like there's a lot of opportunity in this industry. You understand? You don't need to oversell it. What do you need to do? Get excited about where you're going. I told people, man, I remember how I started getting everybody to get started after 6 months of failures. I told everybody, I circle this date on your calendar. I guarantee I'm going to get a Mercedes-Benz. And people could see that I believed it. They're like, damn, this guy's really going to do it. And I go, I'm going to come and I'm going to give you nightmares. And this is what I tell my friends. We're 17-year-old kids. Okay, relax. But what I'm telling you is that I had that belief that I knew it was going to happen. People don't care where you are. They care where you're going. Think about it. Would you rather have gotten started with, and I'm not saying, I'm not even a big fan of Bill Gates, but if you would have worked with Bill Gates in the garage when he first started, or if you go get a job at his company, Microsoft today, where was the opportunity? The opportunity is at the beginning. So the opportunity is not working with you whenever you're making a fortune. The key is to work with you now while you're building a fortune. That's where the opportunity is, okay? As you bring others into the business, support them without promising that you'll do it for them. That's a big one, man. I'll show you how to do it, but you got to do it. Doesn't matter how tall your grandpa was, you got to do your own growing, right? It's like, that's an Abraham Lincoln quote. But what I'm telling you is that you don't want to do the work for them. You want to show them how to do it. First week, I always tell people I'll do 100%, you just watch. Second week, and you should put me in front of as many people as possible. Second week, I'm doing 80, you're doing 20. Third week, I'm doing 20, you're doing 80. Fourth week, I'm going to do 0%, I'm going to watch you do 100%. So watch that first week, because by the fourth week, you're going to be doing it all on your own. So put me in front of as many people as you can that first week so you can watch me do it. I'm pretty serious about this. Network marketing is friends telling friends, and it simply won't work unless you're willing to share your enthusiasm with your friends personally. You got to share your enthusiasm, your passion. How do you feel about the product? Just tell your story, man. I've got these products I'm really excited about. I want to show them to you. Like this, get excited. There's no better way to get started in this business than just to do it. Set up your first home meeting. We call them pop-ups, and begin. Just set up a pop-up and let's go. Like I'm telling you, the only way to do it is just to do it, man. You got to take action. And network marketing retirement means that you can ease up dramatically. No longer needing to spend our lives prospecting in order to achieve wealth and independence, while still finding an appropriate means of sustaining support to those that depend on our accessibility. What do I mean by that? Is the biggest thing about retiring from this business in this industry, what I found out was when I could get everybody that I was working with and helping them hit their goals, and then taught them how to duplicate without me needing, to help them. It was like, I felt okay to spend time with my family. Like not that I don't now. I've been hanging out with my sons all day, and then football starts Monday, right? So it's like but what I mean by that is I didn't do anything else for 11 years. Okay, for 11 years I didn't prospect one person. For 11 years I didn't do one call. I didn't do one. And in my previous business, but my first 3 years I worked so hard and I got everybody to where they wanted to be financially, actually more than what they wanted to do financially. And I duplicated and taught all these leaders how to do it without me. So just realize you can get to that point where you never have to work this business before, but get to the point where you've duplicated yourself so much that nothing can stop the organization, right? Get there. Think of networking not as a career, but as a vehicle to help you get the things in life that really matter. That's what it's about. What really matters. Use this as a vehicle, man. Do you think when I was 6 years old, I was like, man, when I grow up, I want to get a good lotion. I want to find a lotion that I'm just jacked about. A good face cream, man, and just tell the world about it. No, that wasn't my goal when I was 6. You understand? But my goal also was not sitting in rush hour traffic for 45 years. You understand? I wanted to do something different and have something different. When I saw network marketing, I said, this is different. That's what attracted me to it. I didn't want to do what everybody else was doing. I didn't want to work for the rest of my life and for somebody. I wanted to be able to have something where I could build it up, where you could create a residual income. Think about it. This business is willable, transferable. You understand? Like I sold my last business that I built, my income, I sold it, but he's still cashing checks from what I built. The reason why I'm telling you this is it's a business, but it's not like a McDonald's, right? You understand? Like network marketing is a word of mouth distribution of products and services for which distributors who are responsible for the orders and compensated through multi-levels of the organization. It's super simple. People sharing with people, right? You use the product, you fall in love with it, you tell somebody about it, they start sharing it. Next thing you know, you build a big organization. Guys, it's not too difficult, okay? Even the most serious business builders are responsible for creating small customer base, but you will not earn the big money merely on retailing products. I've got a customer base. I've got customers. I got customers. You understand? Everybody has to have customers. 1,000 a month is a no-brainer. Like I have to do that. I have to do that. I'll do that guaranteed, right? I know that because the people that say no to the opportunity, I get them as a customer. Okay, I'm nonstop. But if you're only retailing and you're not building a distribution, there's only so many people you can attract. You understand? You're not going to be able to attract people all over the world if you're just selling locally. So somebody goes, well, why should I sell locally? That's how you start the duplication process. You start a K pop up, right? Then another one pops up, and another one pops up, and another one pops up. And now your city or town's got 4 or 5 going on a week in your organization, right? And then next thing you know, you got 10 or 20 in your city, right? Now you got, now it grows to the city next to you, and it grows to and it just starts to grow like wildfire. But it can start in your town right now in your living room. That's how it can all start. That's why I love this thing. Network marketing is about a lot of people using and sharing a little products. That's it. In our company, obviously this book was invented before the social media where people are just doing tons of sales and stuff like that. But the reality is like network marketing is just a bunch of people doing a little bit, right? If you got an organization of, let's say 1,000 people that are getting on average, 1,000 customers, you know what I mean? That's a lot of customers. That's like 1 million customers. So just realize that there's a lot of opportunity here. But the key is we've got to take action now. And it starts like a penny that doubles every day for 30 days, but you got to keep on doubling that penny. You can't stop, right? And then after 30 days, that penny that doubles every day is worth 5 million, right? So once you build a customer base, the rest of your focus can be dedicated to building an organization and duplicating your upline mentor system and teaching others how to be able to do the same. Our system is so simple. When I get asked, I said, Danny, what's the system? So you get some presentation, orientation, pop-up. Done. I don't need anything else. I don't need to reinvent the wheel. I don't need to be able to do anything different. I'm going to do exactly what you're doing. That's it. I'm going to duplicate what you're doing. Why? Because if you're doing a beat on the drum and I'm doing the same beat on the drum, there's no confusion. So what I do the same thing they do. Same thing that RIMAN does. I don't do anything different. That's what you want to do. Keep it simple. Don't try to reinvent the wheel because then the wheel won't roll. Okay. Additional customers and wholesale buyers will inevitably come. Right? Because there will be people that don't want to get started at your business presentation. As you're presenting the information to people, you're going to get more customers. That's inevitable. It's going to happen because not everybody's going to get started, right? You're going to have a byproduct of people getting started as customers just by doing a bunch of presentations, right? It's super simple. Network marketing is much more lucrative than most franchises, yet it's the fraction of the investment with no actual building that you need, no employees, no time spent away from the home. The coolest thing is that like doing this business from your home. Now it's never been easier with Zoom. I mean, it's like, this is unbelievable. Now is the time. This is it. This is our time to do something special. You got to be thinking to yourself, this is my time to do something great. But I know it's going to take work. I know I'm going to have to talk to people, right? False expectations can literally ruin what would be great distributors and destroy credibility of the entire network marketing industry. Don't overpromise and deliver. Have a pop-up. Start duplicating it, right? Get to senior manager within 3 months. Let's get it done in a month. Let's get it done before the end of the month, right? You know you can do that. It's going to be amount of talking to a certain amount of people. That's how you hit those positions. And you can do it fast, you can do it slow, but the numbers aren't going to change, right? You got to talk to those people. So be honest and professional when you present network marketing as a business opportunity, and help put an end to the exaggerations that could pose a significant threat to the health and longevity of our industry. That's the magic. This is so important to understand, is that when people meet with you about RIMAN and they walk out of your living room, what they think of RIMAN is what you've told them. And to be able to preserve a quality, having people have confidence in our company, it's going to come from us. But if somebody's like, man, you know what? I went down to sit down in a meeting, somebody's living room, my buddy's house, and, you know, they were putting the products on, and, you know, they were just telling me, hey, I can make $1 million if I sign up now and I'll do all the work for you. It's like that kind of stuff. You're not going to win. You're going to win by telling people it takes work. Now, we can make a fortune, but it takes work. It's net work marketing. It's not net sit on your butt marketing, right? It's not net don't get out of bed marketing. It's network marketing. But we can do this, but let's do it together. Let's build this thing together, you know, and get excited about it. And that's really the key. So here's the biggest thing is Monday night, we've got an orientation, an opportunity presentation. Christy Bellis, Christy Malone, and Renee, they're going to be doing one for us on Monday. The key is this. What would happen if you had 5 guests on there? What would happen? You think it would help your business? How would your business grow if you had 5 guests on there? Or if you had 0? What's going to be better for you? All the pop-ups that we do all weekend long, right? We got to get those guests on the overview for a second exposure. All people we talk to all week long, get them on there for a second exposure, right? Here's another one is qualify for the Help 3 promotion. If you're a senior manager, planner, get that extra $100,000, $300,000 bonus, right? That's a no-brainer. That got to get that. Register for Roadmap now. That's a big one. And qualify for the team leader, okay, before pay period deadline. You guys all know the team leader promotions happen once a month. So if you're running this month for team leader, wrap it up by the deadline. If not, let's wrap it up by the end of next month. We want to make sure that we get you to rank advance with the opportunity. And how do we do that? By a lot of activity. That's it, right? Finding a wrinkle. That's what we got to do. Find some wrinkles. That's it. All we got to do is find some wrinkles and put some cream on some wrinkles. That's what we're doing over and over and over and over again. So here's what I want to share with you is this, okay? Next Friday, this is going to be a big one, okay? This is going to be a big one because this is what we're going to be training on next Friday is about how to talk to your warm market, right? It's called Attacking the Warm Market Warhead, right? And then we're going to talk about the scatter bomb, right? I'm going to break that one down, but we're talking about chapter 5 and 6 of this book. And I really want to make sure you guys get this and understand that everything that I do is basically based upon this book over the last 30 years. It's really a roadmap. It's a guide point for me on how I build my business. And we're teaching it. We're taking time out to teach it to you because I want to see you succeed. I want to see you win, right? I want to see you make it happen. But you got to get committed, not just to learning it, but to applying it, right? It's application. It's not the acquisition of knowledge, right? I was always raised to believe that knowledge is power. My mentor said, no, it's not. Knowledge is potential power. Action's power. It's not knowing what to do. It's doing what you know, right? This information, you soak it in and you apply it. If we know that we need to talk to more people, then what do we need to do? Talk to more people. That is our responsibility. That's our obligation, right? What would happen if you sponsored 3 brand new people before the end of the month? Would that help or hurt your business? Think about it. If you sponsored 3 brand new people in your business, would that help your business or hurt your business? Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's get out of our comfort zone. Let's make a decision in our mind. Hey, let's make a decision in our heart that we're going to make it happen, that we're going all out. Next Friday, I cannot wait to talk about attacking the warm market warhead. That is a big one, right? We'll talk about the scatter bomb too, because that's key, is how to stay focused. But you will love this training. Your team will love this training because it's all about talking to your people, like talking to everybody you know. And once you can get excited and passionate about sharing the RIMAN opportunity, that's when greatness is going to happen for you in your life. I'm telling you, it's so hard not to do it. It's so hard to stop focusing on talking to people, right? It's so hard. It's so hard not to talk to people. I mean, I want to talk to everybody all the time, right? I love sharing the RIMAN opportunity with people. I love talking to brand new people and helping them get started with the RIMAN opportunity. I love it whenever I sign a brand new planner up. I love it. And then it's like, let me show you how to do it. And you tell, show, try, do. And it's like, man, I love just talking to people about RIMAN, right? I love doing presentation after presentation after presentation. I love talking to people about this opportunity. Every time I talk about RIMAN, I get more excited about it. Every time I talk about the products, I get more excited about it. Think about it. If excitement is what this business is about, we talked about dodging the depression torpedo. And the way to get excited about the business is activity. It's not productivity. Productivity is awesome too, but it's not about, to me, it's not about getting from point A to point B. If I just jump on my friend's bike and he has little pegs in the back and I go from where I am to where I want to go, but I don't know how to ride a bike, now I'm reliant on trying to find another bike with some pegs on it. It's better to learn how to ride a bike. It's better to learn how to do this business. It's better to learn how to become a success. And a lot of that is not knowing what to say. A lot of you know what to say. It's just talking to more people and getting over that uncomfortable. Oh, what if they say no? Well, oh, what if they say yes? You know what I mean? Like, what if they say yes and they become successful? So you never know who you're talking to. It's like opening up a Christmas gift. But you've got to decide right now, if you're going to go, then go all in.